of the year.
Ooh, cotton water, salmon pate. We haven't had to splurge on catnip toys. I feel so accomplished. Pet me, please. Great prices, happy pets. Chewy.
Prices are going up everywhere. Did you know that the costs associated with auto repairs cost Americans on average $7,500? And let's face it, when it comes to those costs, it's not if you'll need repairs, it's when. Now more than ever, you can't afford to be driving without Ox Car Care. Because with A+ rated Ox, you don't pay for repairs on your car, truck, or SUV. Ox pays.
I really love Ox Car Care because right now I can't afford the costly repairs, and I definitely cannot afford to be without a car.
I can take my car to my dealership.
Well, if you want to, I mean,
you'll take care of everything.
Call the number on your screen right now for a free quote. There's no obligation to find out how low your monthly payments can be. Our Ox Car Care family of customer service reps, coverage specialists, and claims adjusters are all under one roof right here in the U.S. to ensure you always get top quality service from a caring company that stands behind everything we do. And we are the administrators of your claim. We don't farm out your policy somewhere else.
You want to put somewhere like the recorder in there or something like that or whatever?
Phone number, just to call the claim. Go with Ox.
No, I'm saying you can do that.
One company and everything. Call Ox now and let them pay for your auto repairs. Act now, and Ox will even include free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance.
Ox Car Care is like family. I didn't just feel like a customer, I also felt part of the family.
Just call Ox Car Care now with your make and model and get a free, no obligation instant quote. Ox Car Care even comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. But don't wait, or it'll be too late. You need coverage before a repair is needed. Call Ox Car Care right now, and your coverage can start as soon as today.
Call 800-230-8681 to get
guns and toys down
That's
here.
800-230-8681. Get covered today.
Welcome back to Monday Night Countdown, presented by Subway. The presents are all open. The sugar cookies are all gone. But that holiday feeling is still in the air. And so is the love for football. So here's one more gift to lift your spirits, because it's better to give than receive. And the Chargers have been giving their fans lots of reasons to believe.
And the team went in every single way.
The Colts are hoping the holidays ahead will help make this a night to remember. With just the right blend of naughty and nice. The team is shy and the lights. We checked our list twice. Reserve one more gift this week. Every evening on Monday Night Football.
Happy holidays, everyone. One more game to go on this holiday weekend. Lucas Oil Stadium plays host to a primetime matchup with big-time playoff implications. Everything broke right for LA over the weekend. They will clinch a playoff spot with a win tonight. The Colts are hoping to finish with a flurry. Makes sense to give St. Nick a start this holiday season. Super Bowl champ and MVP Nick Foles, the third quarterback to start for Indy this season. Could be tough going against the Chargers team, getting close to full strength, almost a full arsenal of weapons for Justin Herbert. A fun call for Joe and Troy tonight. Happy holidays, guys. Just how stacked are these Chargers?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that, Susie. And I heard you call him St. Nick. He's definitely a Saint in Philadelphia after winning Super Bowl 52. But let's talk about the LA Chargers. And you said to me a bunch of times that offensively, you can look at the team and go, they're really only as good as their third receiver. And for Justin Herbert, you know about Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. But he's got a lot more options now to go to here down the stretch.
Yes, he does. And it's a good thing because Keenan Allen and Mike Williams have not played together a good part of this season. So they've had to rely on some of the depth that they have at wide receiver. Josh Palmer has really been solid throughout this season. He's been the one constant, and they'll bring a little bit something different. DeAndre Carter was supposed to be primarily a special teams player. He's got great speed, and his impact has been felt offensively. Gerald Everett, I've always liked him going back to when he was playing with the Rams. He comes to the Chargers, and he does a lot of the dirty work. He helps out in protections, and he makes the tough catches. But tonight, they do have Keenan Allen, they do have Mike Williams, and in addition to these guys, they have 6 receivers with 40 receptions or more. So they've got a bit of an abundance of riches at that position.
Yeah, it's an offense definitely that can cook. And for the other side, the Colts, Susie touched on it. It's been talked about now all week. And that is another quarterback. It's the 3rd different starting quarterback for the Colts this season. And it's our old friend Nick Foles who has come back around, and now he's the starter for the Colts. What does he give them offensively that they haven't had so far this season?
Well, that's the million-dollar question. I mean, I don't know. I know what they're hoping for, because when you look at what's happened this year, because they have wanted to run the football.
Go on Dad's face, you can hear it better.
The safeties are crowding the line of scrimmage. They've been unable to take advantage of any of that down the field, no matter who's been playing quarterback. And their hope is
Let's turn the light on there, you can hear
come
it
in
better.
here and he can create some big plays, because it is hard to put together drives and score points.
why
And
you trying to do that
the
in the
Colts
living
have
room
proven
anyway?
that throughout the year. Here are some
Why was
of
you trying to do that in the living room anyway?
While the starter with the Chicago Bears, this was his finest hour in that Super Bowl win against the New England Patriots. So he hasn't played a lot of football here recently. We'll see what he's able to do here tonight. But it's been a slugfest for the Colts throughout this season.
And for Nick Foles, I refuse to say St. Nick anymore. This is his first start in exactly 1 calendar year. So we'll see what he's got left in the tank. Opportunity for him, but a big opportunity, Susie, for the Chargers here tonight.
All right, looking forward to it as always, guys. And right now, for us, let's go back to Saturday. And this was the thriller of the weekend, a classic Philly-Dallas battle. Heavyweights trading punches. Gardner Minshew got the start in place of the injured Jalen Hurts, and he had Philly up twice by 10 points in both the first and third quarters. But the Dallas D was the difference, forcing 3 second-half turnovers. After an early interception, Dak Prescott was fantastic, and C.D. Lamb was on fire, catching 10 balls for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. Prescott threw the game-time TD with 5:49 left. The Cowboys added 2 field goals to win, and the 3rd highest scoring game ever between these teams.
Yeah, we lost, so that sucks. You always want to do your job well enough for the team to win. Felt like I didn't do it, so obviously disappointed. Things to grow on, things to build on, but a lot to clean up.
Can't give a good team like that the ball 4 times and expect to win the game. And it put the defense in a tough spot. And so disappointed in the turnovers, disappointed in some of the things. Some of the things we got to do better as coaching.
It was going to be a tough one. They're obviously outstanding football team. Both teams probably hope to see each other again. So, because you know what that means.
Yeah, good chance they see each other again. So let's put the Eagles playing with a backup quarterback aside.
Right.
Eagles defense did show some vulnerability. What are you seeing there?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think they showed some vulnerability. It's one that we already knew. They're not invincible, right? At times this year they've been run on. And in this game, they allowed Dak Prescott to go 15 for 15 for 206 yards and a touchdown versus zone.
That's
not good. And you can sit here and say, hey, they didn't have their starting quarterback, but the Eagles beat the Cowboys and they didn't have their starting quarterback. And it's only right that they returned the favor, correct? So for me, I just look at this and say the Eagles defense is better than what they showed in that game. It's a wake-up call for them. They've been, I wouldn't say trotting through their schedule pretty easily, but now they get a loss to a division rival. This is something that could buoy them or slingshot them through the rest of the playoffs. They'll look back at this and say it was that loss to the Cowboys that really got us going.
Steve, what about those Cowboys? What did you see you liked?
What I loved about the Cowboys was that they answered the bell. I mean, they were down 10-0, down 10 twice. And I think that Dak Prescott, in my mind, this team has been somewhat schizophrenic. And we've documented it throughout the season. In as many ways, the person that you trust the most and gaining more and more trust is Dak. He makes his mistakes, but he cleans them up. And that's what great players do. But what he's doing that I love, and that happened 2 weeks ago, happened last week, he's finishing ball games and being the closer. The closer to Patrick Mahomes, the closer to Josh Allen, the closer that's necessary. If you're going to be in the Super Bowl, you have to have a closer. The idea that Dak is showing you over and over again, Steve, how to be that closer is exciting for me.
Well, and to Steve's point, he throws the big six and then the rest of the game, Dak
Dak Prescott may have had his best game since the Buccaneers game in the season last year. I mean, he was absolutely outstanding. I think for him to be playing his best football this time of year is great for the Cowboys. They're going to go as far as I think this offense can take them. The defense is going to be good, but the cornerback opposite Trayvon Diggs has been struggling. So Dak Prescott is going to have to put some points on the board. And the way he's played the last couple of weeks has been really well. And again, I'll say it on this program, it's time for us to start seeing Dak Prescott and it's conversation of some of the upper tier quarterbacks in football because of how he plays. Yes, it's not perfect, by no means necessary. But I was not the consistency that he played in a big game that he knew they had to win regardless of who was quarterbacking their team. He was great.
Before we move on from this matchup, Adam, injuries.
Well, those injuries keep mounting up, and now it's the Pro Bowl tackle Lane Johnson, who's got 2010 with abdominal area. He's been missed for the regular season. He's a tremendous pass blocker, great lineman, and so that's a big loss for a Philadelphia team that still doesn't know whether it's going to have Jalen Hurts this upcoming week. Now, look, let's keep in mind, they've got to win one game, one of the last two games, either this week at home against New Orleans or the next week at home.